This is lesson 11.1, area of parallelograms. What is the value of x and y for each parallelogram? In this one, x is 4, y is 2. In the second one, x is 4, y is 2. And in the third one, x is 4, y is 2. Count the grid squares to find the area of each parallelogram. 2, 4, 6, 8 for this one. 2, 4, 6. There is 7, 8 for the second one. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the third one. On grid paper, draw 3 different parallelograms in which x is 5 units and y is 4 units. Find the area of each. Well, let's see, in my first example, x is 5, y is 4. In this one, I cheated a little bit. I rotated it. In this case, x is 4 and y is 5. There really aren't too many 4 by 5 parallelograms or quadrilaterals you can make, so it was kind of limited there. This one, x is 5, y is 4. And if you count these, you get the area for each of these as 20 square units. Because we're talking about area. Explain how to find the area of a parallelogram if you know the values of x and y. Well, it would appear that if you know x and y, you simply multiply them together and you get the area of the parallelogram. As it turns out, it says here you can find the area of a parallelogram by using the values for the base and height as described below. All they've done here is change the x to b for base and y to h for height. Actually the same as if you had a regular rectangle. Base would be length and height would be width. So all three of those variables mean the same thing. The base is any side of a parallelogram. The height is the length of the segment perpendicular to the base with endpoints on opposite sides. That's a very important definition there. Easy to remember, we hope. To find the area of a parallelogram, it says here the area of A, the area A of a parallelogram equals the product of its base B and its height H. This is the formula right here. Area equals base times height. Find the area of a parallelogram. In this case, base is 13 and H, or height, is 5.8. Multiply the two together and get 75.4. Now what they've done up here, which is a good idea, is they've estimated so that they have a reasonable answer in mind before they start. They've rounded 5.8 to 6. They've left 13 as is. 60 plus 18 is 78. That's my estimate. My actual answer is 75.4. Those are in agreement. So 75.4 is a reasonable answer. In example 2, we're going to round 11 to 10 and 9.5 to 10. Actually, it's 9. This is the side. This is the mistake people make. If they make a mistake finding area of a parallelogram, is they use the side instead of the height. Notice the 9 inches is perpendicular to the base, and it has endpoints on opposite sides of the parallelogram. So it's 11 times 10, or 10 times 10 is my estimate, gives me 100 square inches as an estimate. My actual answer is 11 times 9, which is 99. 99 and 100 obviously are in agreement, so 99 is a reasonable answer. In my two examples here, I'm going to use my formula area equals base times height. Notice I don't use a raised dot or any kind of multiplication sign, because the multiplication is understood here. So I have area equals 10.2 times 7, which gives me an area in my first parallelogram of 71.4 square feet. My estimate should have been 10 times 7, or 70, which tells me that 71.4 is indeed a reasonable answer. And B, I'm going to do 5 times 4 for my estimate. Gives me an estimate of 20. It's actually square yards. My formula, again, area equals base times height. My base in this case is 4. My height is 5 1/4, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change 5 1/4 to a decimal. When I multiply the two together, I get 21 square yards. Again, a reasonable answer based on my estimate of 20. The map shows the region of a state that's under a tornado warning. What is the area of this region? Well, I can see here my base is 27.5, my height is 30.6, so my estimate is 30 times 30, which is 900 square miles. When I do the actual multiplication, 27.5 times 30.6, I get 841.5, which is a reasonable answer based on my estimate. A street department painted the pavement markings shown at the right on the surface of a highway to reduce traffic speeds and crashes. What is the area inside one of the markings? Well, 15.5, I'm going to round to 15. I'm going to round 12.5 to 12. I'm not sure that's easy mental math, but I've got 150 plus 30. I think if I distribute that, I think about 180 square feet. If I multiply it out, I got area equals base times height. I have area equals 15.5 times 12.5. My actual area then becomes 193.75 square feet. They may ask you in a situation like this to round to the nearest tenth. I'll do that here just in case. 193.8 square feet is my actual area. Find the area of each parallelogram, round to the nearest tenth. See, there they are asking me to round to the nearest tenth. It's a pretty standard thing to do. In my first example, I have area equals base times height. Area equals 9 times 15. My area then equals 135. In this case, centimeters squared. My estimate should have been, well, 15 times 9 is so reasonably easy that I'm not sure you need to round there. You could do 15 times 10, I guess. Doesn't make sense to round a one-digit number. I have 90 plus 45, which is 135. I'm not sure I need to estimate there. Number 2. I'm going to do 1 times 1.5. So my estimate's going to be, obviously, 1.5 meters squared. Area equals base times height. My base is 1.5. My height is 0.75. My actual area turns out to be 1.1 meters squared, in agreement with my estimate. Number 3, I'm going to do 7 times 4. Actually, tricked me there. This is not my height. This is my height. So I'm going to do 5 times 4, which is 20. Very common mistake if you're not careful, and then go back and check your work. you're going to make a mistake on that one. It's the most common mistake students make. It's a reading mistake as much as anything. Back here, my estimate is 5 times 4, which is 20. My formula is area equals base times height. Area equals 3.5 times 5. The area of this particular parallelogram is 17.5 inches squared. Example number 3, here's a parallelogram where I've used the base outside of the parallelogram. Makes no difference. So I'm going to use 6 times 8. Going to be an underestimate, but my estimate's going to be 48, so I'm looking for an answer a little more than 48. Not much though. Area equals base times height. This is number 4, if you have lost track. The area equals 8 times 6.5, and again I'm going to write that as a decimal instead of a mixed number. And my area turns out to be 52 square feet, which is in agreement with my estimate of 48. Number 5. Martina designs uniquely shaped ceramic wall tiles. What is the area of the tile shown? Let's see. My base is 8. My height is 4. I'm not sure I need to estimate there. 8 times 4 is 32. I think that's a reasonably good answer. I think the reason they're giving us this problem is they've thrown in these 5.7s in the hope that somebody will use that in the formula. We know you won't. So my area equals 8 times 4. In this case, the area of my parallelogram is 32 inches squared. 2 vocabulary terms in this lesson. The base of a triangle, parallelogram, or trapezoid is any side of the figure. It can be top, bottom, doesn't matter. It could be left, right, doesn't matter, depending on the orientation. The bases of a trapezoid are the parallel sides. Remember, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with 1 pair of parallel sides instead of 2. The height in a quadrilateral like these is the length of the segment perpendicular to the base with endpoints on opposite sides. In a triangle, the distance from a base, the distance is from the base to an opposite vertex. At this point, you should stop the video. Go to www.naiku.net, log in with your username and password, and take lesson quiz 11.1. Thanks for watching.